Hello. Welcome again. Good morning. Thank you all for joining. All right, we promised that 10 o'clock, by 10 minutes past 8, we'll start the class. Thank you again, and you're welcome once again to Raleigh Academy Money Market Review, where we'll be looking at the market together and then see the likely opportunities that we can take in the market and start with it. So today I'm going to start with the news for the week. And recently, what has been happening in the global financial markets generally. Permit me to share with you the news that we're expecting this week. So throughout this week, just yesterday, we know what happened yesterday. Yesterday was really mostly yesterday was majorly a bank holiday for most countries in the European zone and even in the UK. Today, going into today, the major impact news that we're having today is by 3 o'clock p.m. and that's from the US dollar, which is basically the conference board consumer confidence. This is basically a survey of composite index based on household. So that's the one that we're expecting today by 3 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. On Wednesday, we'll be expecting news from the AUD, by the governor of Australian Reserve Bank of Australia, and that's by 12:50 a.m., which is definitely a decision whether to increase or reduce their interest rates. Also, tomorrow on Wednesday, from the Eurozone, we'll be having German prelim CPI, also CAD, their GDP, and from US dollar, the JOLTS job opening news reports that we'll be getting tomorrow. And Thursday, we're expecting some important news from the US zone, which includes the ADP non-farm employment change and unemployment claims. We all know that all these things, they give us insights as what to expect from the news on Friday, which is a very important news, and that's the NFP that's coming out on Friday. The NFP that's coming out on Friday, the NFP that's coming out on Friday, the news that we're expecting on Thursday will give us an insight or a clue as regards what to expect on Friday from the US dollar. So this week is definitely going to be a busy week, especially from tomorrow to Friday. Basically, you can narrow it down from Thursday to Friday. So definitely you should be expecting more volatility in the markets towards the ending of this week. And also we saw what happened yesterday as regards the agreement between the US president and the House Majority Leader McCarthy as regards their debt ceiling. That's the ordinarily the initial deadline was June 1st. That is the next few days, but it seemed as if the US, they cannot manage the situation. So they reached an agreement, and then the agreement was that they want to lift the debt ceiling until January 2025. So of course, the two parties, they are expecting something to be sacrificed before they can definitely shift the debt ceiling or adjust the debt ceiling. And funny enough, yesterday or over the weekend, they reached an agreement, and then the agreement was there will be caps on spending government programs. So definitely the US government, there will be reduction in their cost of spending because they want to agree to increasing the debt ceiling, which of course has been agreed to January 2025. So we saw what happened yesterday. Basically, because of that decision, they gave strength to the US dollar a bit, and then the fact that they're going to, it's just a temporary relief to the markets though, but then it gave a bit of temporary adjustments to the US dollar, a bit of strength to the US dollar. So the agreement is to prevent the US from defaulting on its debt, and we see what is happening. Basically, we see what's playing out on Euro USD also. You see that yesterday Euro USD has been on a massive sell. Even from the past, for the past few weeks, Euro USD has been on a very good massive sell. So I'm going to start today by, okay, let me share my screen with you now. I'm going to start today. Okay, somebody is saying no audio. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just let me know, please. Kindly just send in the chat box. I can hear you. Somebody saying no audio. Okay. All right. So for those of us that we're having issue with our audio, please check from your end. I believe the network glitches from your hand. Please check with your network or with your internet provider, please. All right. So let's go into the discussion for today. I will start with, I believe you can see my charts. I believe you can see my charts. So I'm going to start with this currency instrument, which is AUD USD, which is AUD USD, which is AUD USD. I believe you can see that AUD USD plus. I'm going to start with that. That's Australian dollar versus US dollar. AUD USD. All right. So yesterday the AUD USD closed bullish from yesterday's markets, and then we can see that the markets started well today, and then actually markets in the early hours of today, markets actually sold all the way to a previous support of this level, a previous support of this level 0.69460. You can see markets retesting that level, and if you're looking at it, basically you can see that our AUD USD is making a movement upward right now, and it shows that the AUD are trying, or the Australian dollar, to trying to take control of the markets again. If you look at the general trend has been bearish from the AUD USD. So I'm going to give us some some areas where we can look to enter it, our position. Please, if you have any question, just send it in the chat box. Kindly send it in the chat box, I beg you. If you have any question, kindly send it in the chat box. If you have any question, kindly send it in the chat box. All right. So for AUD USD, we'll be looking for a decision as regards a short decision. If markets is able to break below this previous support. Now we all know that some of us, not all of us, of course, some of us, we all know that when markets is making different levels, when market is giving us a new low or a new high, there's a possibility of markets continuing that previous trend. So right now, markets, like I said, from AUD USD, you can see that market has been selling, and then a new low has been made, of course, and presently from there, market is tracing upward. So if market makes a new low, then definitely we expect markets to continue selling, and that's why I'll give us a pending order of a sell stop, and also I'll give us a pending order of buy stop. Now, the theory here is if market is able to break the new low, then we'll enter a further sell, and if market is able to make a new high, and then market is about to change direction. So from that idea, we've been taking a decision. Markets presently is very close to a resistance. Now on our 1 hour, market is presently very close to a resistance. On our 15 minutes, presently is even there, and market is making a bit of retracement from there. So a break above resistance will signify that market is about to continue upward trend, and then market will continue buying, and a break below this previous low would definitely signify that market is continuing its previous trend, which is a bullish market or a bullish momentum. So from all indication, I'm seeing that AUD USD in the early hours of today, we probably want to make a retest of this high. But then if you look at our 15 minutes time frame, you can see market is around that quote resistance. So if you are a scalper, I'll give us different angle or different perspective that you can look at it. Now, if you're a scalper, if you can go down to M15 or M5, if on this strong court resistance, this candle that is forming presently forms and closes as a bearish candle, especially if it forms and gives us a shooting star, as it is aiming to give us now, and we can see the next candle form beside it, and it is a bearish candle, then you can enter a sell downward to this level before this previous low. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Let me say it again. If this candle that is forming on 15 minutes can close and finish as a shooting star on this strong court resistance, and after this shooting star that is forming, we see another bearish candle confirming a sell for us, then we can enter a short position that is a sell, and we can take our we can have our just maybe like take 10 pips or 15 pips from our entry points. I'm not going to give us take profits, of course. So we can have maybe like 10 or 15 pips around this area from our entry points, and take a that is for AUD USD for scalpers. But for maybe intraday traders, then you can look at the possibility of these two price levels I give us, and that's a buy stop around, pardon me please, a buy stop around 0.65662 and a sell stop around 0.64844. Now, it's very good for you to have a trade, and then you know that your mind is definitely not bothered about it. And that's why you're giving market to do anything you want to do before you know if market is about to change direction or not. So if markets could touch any of this area, then we'll know that market is there continuing in the previous trend, or market is about to change direction. Now, that's for a much higher time frame. But for scalpers, or for people who can take trades on time, then you can take this entry points that I gave you, that if this candlestick closes as a shooting star candlestick, then you can enter a short position and then take 10 to 15 pips before you can exit that trade. If you have any question, please drop it on the chat in the chat box. That's for AUD USD. Let's go to another instrument. Let's go to Euro USD. We know Euro USD has been Euro USD has been on a downward trend for quite some time now. Obviously, we can see that Euro USD, after forming a double top on a daily time frame, that's like maybe like 2 weeks back, after forming a double top around this level, price has been coming. And then mostly I bet on the fact that market is still going to drop to this verified supports. Now, for how long it's going to take, I don't know, because the markets can work on its volatility. I know fully well that the agreements that the the US government and the House came together yesterday, that they want to lift the debt ceiling, give US dollar some boost, and that was what happened for US dollar to keep, for the US dollar, for it to keep having strength. And we can see it play out on our Euro USD, because Euro USD has been on a downfall. Now, basically, I'll be expecting that Euro USD keeps going down. And then if Euro USD keeps going down, then we're expecting that markets will get to this level of 1.0550. That's a very good support level that price is expected to test, 1.0550. So but some of us, we might not be able to wait for that long time for markets to get to that level. So it would be nice of us to look for entry points between some 1 or 2 levels. Just look for entry points. Price just left this downward support, and like I said, we're expecting price to continue selling. So Euro USD will definitely be a nice sell. Euro USD can have a nice sell on Euro USD presently, like an instant order on Euro USD, because if you look at, first off, you look at my H4 on that stone cold support, we see a partial bearish engulfing. That is a retest of this stone cold support now. A partial bearish engulfing on that stone cold support, and that's on H4. And we know that engulfing formation candlesticks are very, very powerful, especially at levels of demand and supply. So if since we are seeing a partial bearish engulfing, then that signifies that on Euro USD we can expect a further sell on Euro USD. So please, we'll suggest, and then my take on Euro USD this morning is an instant order on Euro USD. You can go with maybe 10 or 15 pips, and then you can take your position. Have an instant order. That's an instant sell. I mean to say a short position on Euro USD. A short position on Euro USD. On Euro USD. All right, I'll go back to Euro USD for the entry points. A short position on Euro USD, that is instant order, instant sell on Euro USD, and then you can take just 10 or 15 pips from the market. We still expect the price of Euro USD to keep coming down, even for the better hours of today. So until the news comes up by 3 p.m., then we should still expect Euro USD to keep coming down. So an instant order on Euro USD will be a very good take on it. So if you have any question, please drop it. That's my position on Euro USD. An instant sell or an instant short position on Euro USD. Please take that position and then take 10 to 15 pips, and then you can get out of the market. That's on Euro USD. Let's quickly look at one commodity. Let's quickly look at one of the commodities here, and that is oil. Let's look at one of the commodities that we have here. That's oil. Oil is, we all know, oil is a very important instrument in the global financial markets. And the reason is because it's a worldwide commodity that's being used all over the world. Now, there's this agreement, or should I say a coup against the US dollar. I will not call it a coup against the US dollar, but basically the other countries are trying to move away from US dollar, from the usage of US dollar. We all know that this has been in process for quite a long time now. China initially started this sentiment that should move away from US dollar, and US dollar should not be used as a reserve currency all over the world. And then after Russia invaded Ukraine, Western nations sanctioned Russia using their petrol and every other thing. And then this, to some extent, affected the Russian market as well. So the coming together of some countries, basically the major players of this the major players of this coup, should I call it coup again now? That's from the Russia, Brazil, India, China, and South Africa. Of course, basically, it's been reported that 25 countries, they have actually registered, or they've actually shown interest in joining these BRIC movements. The thing we don't know is if Nigeria is going to join the movement. If Nigeria joined the movement or not, we don't know yet, but definitely we don't know. I mean, that will not affect the markets, but definitely Nigeria joining the BRICS movement will not affect the markets. Is not our point now. The point where I'm going to now is because one of the major players of this crude oil is there, and they're trying to lure even the oil producing nations such as Saudi Arabia to join the league as well. And if that happens, then we know that it's going to affect the price of crude oil in the global financial markets. So let's be on the lookout. When I say let's be on the lookout, let's have our news at our fingertips. News is not only for trading alone, it's for you to get updated as regards what's happening all around you. So if you're looking at my oil now, you can see that crude oil has been trying to climb up. You can see this bullish momentum now. It's been trying to move upward gradually. This trend line has been acting all along as a support, all the way from 4th of last month, or this month, I mean to say, has been acting as a support. Price gets to this place, goes up, and get back to this support, bounces up, get back to this place, bounces up, price to this place and goes up. Now presently you can see that price is coming down to retest this trend line again. So a retest of this trend line, beautiful market structure for us to enter. A retest of this trend line will signify that market is about to go up again. And also notice that the instrument crude oil is a news-based instrument. So what do I mean by news-based instruments? What I'm saying is price can easily be distorted by news that is happening all around. So if Saudi Arabia pulls out of OPEC, if if Russia does something as regards oil, it will affect the price market. And then that's why I said we need to always be on top of the news. We are here, we don't know what will happen tomorrow, but we are also relying on the news. And that's why I said it's best that you go along in that direction as well. Don't always wait for news to come at your doorstep. Always look out for the news so that you can take a decision as regards the global financial markets. Now, if you look at the price of oil, you can see that oil is trying to retest this trend line. And then I have a range here that's around this 75.95 zone, this support, and this my trend line here. So we're expecting that price of crude oil will test this our support zone here, and this is our trend line. Let me map out this area for easy understanding. So we're expecting markets to retest this area, and when markets does that, then we expect our market to either go upward from there. Okay. All right. So I believe you can see this zone that I put there. All right, very good. So we expect that markets should reject this trend line and then from there move up. So please also on your charts, you can you can look for a trend line option or a horizontal line, or you can also draw a symbol such as this to map out this zone. That's whenever markets get to any of this zone, markets should definitely bounce up. Also, if you don't know how to draw your trend line or your horizontal line, you can join any of our online classes, which would definitely will be at explain to you in further details. And also, if you're very close to any of our physical offices, you can walk in there any day and anytime, at least work from 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and then you can learn one or two things. So if you want to know how to draw trend line, please, you can do so by joining our online class or physical class. But then if you know how to do that already, please just draw this trend line to indicate the trend line acting as a support for price. So what I'm saying is this: we are looking at some of us who are already good at trading. You can of course have your buy limits around this area, but then if you don't know how to set a buy limit, you can expect that whenever price gets to any of this zone here and you see any bullish candlestick represent reversal, then you can enter it. When I see bullish candlesticks such as bullish engulfing candlestick, ARMA, Tweezer top, Morningstar, and all those beautiful candlestick, any one of them you see around this area, use it to take a position of a buy position. Use it to take a long position on crude oil. Please, if you have any question as regards that. Okay. All right. So let me quickly answer some questions. But if you have any questions as regards that, please just drop it in the chat box and then I'll attend to that. Yes, I'm moving to gold very soon now. All right. The only thing I trade is gold. Okay, gold. We're coming to gold. All right. So, okay. All right. The clarity of support and resistance. Very good. Thank you. You're welcome. So you can draw, like I said, the support and resistance. You can draw it. If you don't know how to draw it, please attend any of our online classes starting from 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock. Yeah, today you start after this session that we are having. The class will start by 10. Request for the link from your account manager that you want to join the 10 o'clock class, and then it will be sent to you so that you learn how to do that. Yes, we don't care about Nigeria. Okay, all right, no problem. So let's care about Nigeria. It's our country. Now let's go to gold. Now I believe you understand my take on oil now. That please, on this area, whenever you see a beautiful candlestick, now, okay, how do you join the online class? Yeah, please, like I said, talk to your account manager. Your account manager will send you the details. Just request for the online morning class from 10 o'clock a.m. Your account manager will send you the link and then you can join from there. So please draw this support zone and then expect price to bounce back from there. All right, let's look at gold again. Let's look at gold now. right, let's look at gold now. Let's look at gold. Now, gold is believed to have a very beautiful relationship between, there's a beautiful relationship that exists between gold and US dollar. Gold and US dollar. This has been in existence for quite some time now. And then even the BRICS currency, that is the currency that I mentioned earlier on, the alliance between some countries that want to have US dollar power to be dismantled to some extent. They are basically relying on the possibility of using the commodity called gold as a measurement against their currency. Yes, that's a first-hand information, because this coming months that we are entering, that is in June, they will be in South Africa, and then they will be taking a decision as regards a currency. And we all know that coming up with a currency, a worldwide currency, is not an easy feat. They will have to take a whole lot of discussion. But one of the earliest discussion they've had is pairing that BRIC currency, that is the currency, I don't know the name they want to give it, but pairing that BRIC currency against the price of gold. Now, if they do that, it will definitely affect the price of gold. And then if you guess right, then you expect that the price of gold will go up. So if the price of gold goes up, then it will definitely be it will definitely reflect in the market. So we expect that if this coming months, in the next few days, if the BRIC after the discussion in South Africa, if they take a decision as regards pairing their currency to gold, to the price of gold upward. And then somebody has sent me out. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please, just type yes if you can hear me. Okay, all right. Probably I'm having network issue. All right. So like I was saying, the price of gold would definitely be expected to go up if indeed the BRIC currency take a decision as regards using gold as a standard measurement for their new currency. Let me bring you into what is happening on gold. On my 4-hour time frame, look at what is happening on gold now. Aside from this trend line has been acting, or this channel that has been acting as a support, you see price volatility of price went up here, came down, rejected this area, went up, came down, went up, and presently price is going down. Also, look at this level. That trend line, dynamic support and resistance type, make support and resistance. And we also have fixed support and resistance, which is what we are seeing now. The fixed support and resistance, what we are seeing now, the fixed support and resistance that we're seeing now is, look at this stone cold resistance area here. Look at this stone cold resistance. You see that price actually got bounced off from this area 1 and 2. Look at this place. Price actually bounced off 1 and 2. Okay. Also here, we see price bouncing off this area. Also, we see price bouncing off around this area 1, 2. And here it became a resistance there. This is support here, this is support here, and this is a resistance here. Now, away from this resistance, away from this support storm resistance now, price is moving away with this bearish candlestick that formed on our H4. This bearish candlestick. You can see all these small candlesticks. Some of them are called doji, not all of them. This one is not a doji, but all the small candlesticks that have little or nobody, those candlesticks are called doji candlesticks. And when you're seeing doji candlesticks, they define a whole lot, or they give a whole lot of meaning to the market. Sometimes it could be the indecision, sometimes it could be changing direction, sometimes it could be low market activity. So, but right now, what we are for this green candlestick show that market is about to further continue the movement downward. Now, we expect that using this trend line, we expect that price of market should still keep going down from this verified support. A break below this verified support will signify a further sell of the market. Look at this, my trend, my horizontal line here, and that is 1939.06. 1939.06. You can see that market has been, this line that I put here has been acting as support here, support, and here also support here. So price is basically retesting this area presently. And if price can retest this area, then we expect further sell down to this trend line, or we can take just maybe like 10 pips from there. You remember it's gold. Gold is a commodity, not currency. So you can take maybe like just 10 or 15 pips from this place. So basically, my take on gold this morning, if price continue in this manner and price successfully breaks this verified support, this is the blue line that I'm talking about, because presently price went there to retest that area, and you can see it obviously that price is retesting the area. So if price on 1 hour can retest this area and then break below this level, 1930.69, 1930.69, then we expect the price of gold to continue selling at the level that I have here, 1923.44. So let me give you a number from there. Yes. So let me explain once again what's happening on gold. This line, this blue line, that is 1939.06, has been acting as a support, and support, like three different tests of this support has been this line has been acting as a support. Presently, price went up there to retest it on our 1 hour, which you can see there. Price went up there to retest it. And now that price has gone up there to retest it, we expect price to reject it and come down. So if price actually rejects it and come down, then a break below 1929.97, a break below 1929.97 will signify a further bearish momentum on the part of gold. A break below. Okay, I believe you can see now. All right. I believe you can see the screen now. It's clear now. Clearer now. So a break below 1929.97 will signify a sell downward, and then you can take just maybe like 10 or 15 pips from there. 1929.97, then you can take a short position from there. That's for gold. Please also, for those of us that know how to make use of our trend line, you can draw this trend line on your chart. So boundaries for price. So if price in future, maybe in the next 1 week or before the end of this week, if price gets to any of our trend line resistance or support, you know what to do, maybe to enter a sell or to enter a buy. That's my take on gold for this morning. On what time frame? You can draw it on on 4 hours or on 1 hour. Okay, what would be the market response on expected friction on gold price coming simultaneously from US dollar and BRICS currency? I really don't understand the question. Maybe you should expatiate. Maybe you should just, in simpler terms, ask the question again, especially the expected friction. I don't understand. But in short, what I can tell you is this: if gold is adopted by the BRICS nation as their own standard of currency, to pay it with, I believe the price of gold will go up, and then it will always go up. So definitely that will affect the US dollar negatively. We all know that. So that's what is expected to happen. All right. So I think we've talked about gold and oil. We've talked about currency. Let's talk about one indices. Let's talk about one indices, and let's go. Let's talk about one more indices, and let's go. All right. So I believe you can see my screen now. That's I'm on US30. I'm on US30. I'm on. Okay, so on a daily time frame, we can see that US30 has been respecting this trend. This resistance up here, and since then it has moved downward from there. So this place is a very solid resistance zone for US30. And then please, I would suggest that anytime you draw your support and resistance, leave it as that. leave it at that, so that anytime price goes up to test that area, you will not have to draw it. Then that means price is actually respecting that level. That's for US30. As for the support, now look at this trend line that I just put on my chart newly now. This trend line that's been acting as a resistance. This trend line has been acting as a resistance. That's whenever price gets here, it comes down. Price gets here, it comes down. And price is presently around this area. Now, it is earlier, it is in the early hours of the markets. And sometimes, or most times, you see the price of indices move in a very boring manner, especially when you see doji candlestick occurring over and over and over again, just like we are seeing, or we've been seeing for the past few hours. You see that the price of gold has been on, especially on 4-hour time frame, has been giving us doji candlestick, doji candlestick. And I've explained earlier on what the implication of seeing doji candlesticks can be, what the implication of it can be. So in essence, we probably expect, or we are seeing low market activity on this market, on US30. Definitely, we are seeing low market activity. But at the same time, we should put into consideration that this level is a very important level. The price is presently. This level, all right, this level is a very important level. So we're expecting that if price can definitely still go back to make a retest of this level of 33349 on US30, price will definitely reject it and go down. But you can see that on our US30, price has been choppy. It's not moving up, it's not moving down, and making money in this market is in price. So price has not been going up or coming down. So presently, what you can do is let's keep our hands our fingers crossed and expect price to give us a breakout of this level. On US30, you can see this chart this trend line that I put here acting as a resistance and resistance. So price definitely is around that zone again now. And of course, we still expect from the previous trend, or from the general trend, we expect markets to keep selling. But then until we see a clear sign to enter a sell, that's when we'll take that decision. So basically, look at a price entry point or pending order. If price can break below any of those levels, or price retest the trend line, then you can take it. So please, if you have not been trading before, if you are new to trading, you can just shy away from this US30. But for those of us that have been trading before, it's very good that you take into consideration this trend line. This trend line is very, very, very important. So a retest of this trend line will signify a further sell on US30. I have some, okay. I might not be able to talk on the 30 and US 100. All right. My take on oil, I've explained oil. Okay, you came in late. Okay, I'll give us my take on it. My name is Mayowa. My name is Mayowa. All right. So please, let's have this chart on US30. Let's have it there. All right. So let's look at oil again for the person that came. I said this oil, it's around a particular zone that's we're expecting price to get to this level. All right, so this level is a very important level. I said you can map out this level. We expect price to either get to any of this zone. Remember, when I said zone is not a particular price level. It is a catchment area. So when you see price retesting this zone, price is in that zone, of course, right now. And when you see price retesting that zone with a bullish candlestick, a reversal bullish candlestick, then you can enter a long position. So my take on oil is still bullish, judging from this trend line, except if there's a news that comes to distort the markets, then we expect price to keep its momentum. That's my take on oil this morning. All right. So what other one do we have? Okay. Okay. All right. So, do we have any other question? Euro USD has been buying instead of selling. Okay, are you sure about that? Because basically, Euro USD is still in a selling momentum. So look at your chart very well. And like I said, just take a few pips from there, 10 or 15 as you like, and then you can exit the market. So just take a few pips from there and then you can exit the market. My colleague will take over from here and then we'll round up the class after looking at one or two instruments of his choice. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning. I hope you all learned one or two things as regards what my colleague said. Let me just mention this before I start the class. I want to inform you that there is a major impact news coming out today. The consumers' confidence. I don't know if you saw it. So if you check your Forex Factory, there's a major a news coming out for the US zone by 3 p.m. I'm looking forward to trading that news and making some money. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm going to be doing that today. And I'm looking at cashing out big. And you should too. So I'm looking forward to you funding your account and trading this news so we can all be smiling at the end of today. That is one. Two, my colleague have been able to touch a couple of instruments, US 100. I don't know. Is there anyone you have in mind that we should look at before we call this class a wrap? Let me look at the chart section. The chart section. Good. For the record, my name is Samuel. Yes, my name is Samuel. My colleague has done US 100. Somebody is mentioned. Okay, you've not done US. He has not done US 100. Okay, let's look at US 100, and he has done good. I think I heard him taking good. So I'm looking at trading this news, consumers' confidence. It's a particular news that is like a sample or a survey that is being carried out on the consumers to measure their level of optimism or pessimism on the economy, especially as regards on the overall economy, especially as regards job or employment, as regards the economic condition, as regards income. So if more consumers are saying, oh, about the current and future economic condition, so they can carry out a survey. Oh, Mr. Sheon, how do you see the current economic condition and how do you see in the next 6 months, how is it going to look like based on these parameters? Oh, labor, income, and the overall economy as a whole. If more people are more optimistic about the economy, it shows that the economy is thriving and it shows that it will give strength to the US dollar. If the level of pessimism is more, it means that, oh, it will not be favorable for the US dollar. That I just mentioned that for the records. If you want to read more, you want to join some of our online classes, you are welcome. Speak to your account manager. We're going to be having the fundamental and technical analysis today. You can't afford not to join those classes by 10 a.m. We're going to be delving deep into some of these things and telling you how you can take advantage of it and you can make money for yourself. Yes. Oh, so we are looking at US 100. Yes. I came in late. What currency are we trading today? Mr. Phillips, I'm sorry. We've done a lot of currencies. I remember that this class commences by 8 a.m. and you're just coming in almost 9. But we are looking at US 100. Don't also forget to join some of our social media handles, our Telegram groups, our YouTube channels. They are all there for you. Your account manager is going to send it to you. And if you want me to send it, I can look for a way, send it on the chat so you can join some of those classes. These classes are also live on YouTube. Don't waste your time, gain more information. It is when you understand the nitty-gritty of the market, that is when I can confidently say, oh, Mr. Phillips is a refined trader and he can look forward to bringing more people on board. Greatest joy. So that's aside. Let's see. Somebody is saying something. Getting the recording of this session. Yes, it's on YouTube. Your account manager is going to send the link to the recordings on YouTube. So let's look at US 100.
Let's look at US 100. A couple of people have been asking of US 100, US 100, US 100. There also are other news coming out today, and I'm also looking forward to trading them. But let's look at US 100. Good. Okay. I usually tell my clients something that as much as you are trading, try and understand the trend. And that is why when my colleague was saying something about trend line, that you need to be part of our online classes or our physical classes so you understand how to draw trend lines. I got a couple of clients that uses trend line support and resistance alone, and they are trading comfortably and making money. So if you look at US 100 on my 4 hours time frame, what do you see? What do you see? Okay. If you will know that this trend is upward. I don't need to remind you that this is an upward trend. Okay. So I usually adopt this pattern that the trend is my friend till the end. So I usually trade with the trend. And if you also notice so you should learn how to draw these trend lines. Some of these things I'm doing. If you don't know how to do it, please try and join some of our physical classes or our online classes. So take a look at this. So US 100 on my 4 hours time frame has been able to break above that trend line. You can see break above that trend line and break above the Tonkut resistance on my 4 hours. If you can see my screen, I believe you can see my screen. It has been able to do what? Break above the trend line and break above that resistance, though it's a Tonkut resistance. So my concern now is I want US 100 to do something. It's either I set a kind of, I'm looking forward to a buy. This on my 4 hours time frame. I'm looking forward to a buy, but if you notice very well, you see the kind of candlestick that has been here. I hope you can see it on my 4 hours time. You can see the kind of candlestick. It has been trading choppy. So it's not moving in a very strong direction. You know, the candle formation are not very, very strong. So the only way I have to trade US 100 is for this particular to come down and test. And this is a very strong area of confluence. You'll notice that there's a trend line here. There's also a Tonkut resistance here. You can see the trend line here, there is also a Tonkut resistance. So I am looking, so one of the conditions I have to enter a buy trade is, first, you should know that you should buy low. Yes, you should buy low. That price to go up. So I'm looking forward to a retest. I'm looking forward to price doing this. You can see what I'm drawing. I'm looking forward to price doing this, sorry. I'm looking forward to this happening. You can put a buy limit order or you wait. Waiting is also a trading strategy. So I'm looking forward to this happening and then I'll see this happening. You see, then I'll see something like this happening. I usually do this with my client. So I'm looking forward to this happening, sell to this point, retest that particular zone, which is a strong point. That's the Tonkut resistance and the trend line. Those 2 points will serve as a strong area of confluence to serve as a support to price, to push. So you can see price is trading sharply. So for my long-term traders or my swing traders, you should be looking forward to something like this. You can set a buy limit order. If you don't know what a buy limit order we need to flog you. Somebody is saying something. You came in late. I'm sorry about that. Mr. Dami Adekoya is saying something. We need a continuation community on WhatsApp, please. There's one already. The Telegram group is there. Ask your account manager. Thank you very much. Who said that? So I'm looking forward to price doing what I just drew. Mr. Emmanuel, thank you very much. So I'm looking forward to price doing what you can see what I just showed you. Trading downward, test my strong area of confluence, which is this point. Then I can now do what? I can now enter a buy. Or you learn how to put your buy limit order. So I'm looking at this point. If it can sell to this point, then I can put my buy limit order. So that is that for swing traders. For my daily trader, I'm a daily trader. You can see. Maybe you can see even on my 1 hour time frame, it has been trading choppy. I don't like a market that trades choppily, that is not trendy. So I like it when a market is trendy. So my money and leave the market. It's called the entry and the exit strategy. You don't expect to spend the whole day in the market. You should make your money and leave the market. You're not the owner of the market. So I'm looking forward to it trading down to this point. Then I will enter it back. You can see both on my 1 hour, my 4 hour time frame, I am adopting a waiting strategy. Or you wait for it to break below this point. But I'm all of that is on an upward trend. And the trend is always my friend till the end. So I'm looking forward to this. So, or you put a buy limit order. If you know what, I believe, if you don't know what a buy limit order, please let us know. So we'll know what to do to your case. If you don't know what a buy limit order is, please, maybe you should just say 1 or 2 things so we can know how to handle or, explain things to you. So I'm looking for, you can put a buy limit here that I'm expecting that price will sell first and end up buying. I believe we understand that. Yes, thank you very much. So I don't know if any other person, so you can put a buy limit around this point, then look forward to it buying back up. Please, I can't log into my account. At what price? Okay. I remember that this is a zone. So this is a zone. So I'm looking forward to putting a buy limit around this zone. This zone. And the reason is very simple. The reason is very simple. There's a strong resistance there on my. I mean, it's strong. What do we call it on my 4 hours time frame? That's a very strong zone. So I'm looking forward to it retesting that zone, and I can now enter a quick buy. Okay. My colleague has done USDJPY. I don't know why we are going for USDJPY. My colleague has done USDJPY. Okay. How do I set a buy limit order? It's very simple. Is it on your phone or on your laptop? If you are doing that on your laptop, just come down here. I hope you are seeing my screen. I can set a buy limit here. Come down here. Change it's not an instant order. It's a pending order. Come to pending order. I am currently on buy limits. I use the limit orders. It's very helpful for me. And I the entry price for my buy limit. Then you place your trade. Somebody is asking a question again. A quick touch on gold. Oh, okay, no problem. I'm going to be wrapping up this class because if we continue like this, we are not going to leave here today. But try and make sure you try and join this class early. I remember my colleague saying that he has not touched US 100. So I've been able to touch a lot on US 100 and look forward to trading, the news by 3 o'clock. If you are a swing trader too for this US 100, maybe if it can break above this week's support, then week's resistance, retest the week resistance, and then you can enter it. But I'm looking forward to it. You can see price has been rejected on this week resistance for a while now. And so you can see the candles that are being formed there. It's strong, serving like a strong zone where price cannot break above. So that's what I'm saying. Please, if you can sell down, I know you will buy. Okay. Thank you very much. It's nice having you all. Remember that this class commences by 8 a.m. every day till 9 a.m. Endeavor to join these classes. Remember too that the market is being driven by more of fundamentals too. So don't just enter a trade without looking at the news. As it's not going as he said, it's going up instead. Let's see, somebody is saying something. Euro USD, Euro USD. Mr. Charles John, Euro USD. Mr. Charles John, I need you to understand some concept around trading. And it's not just for you, probably for anybody that is on this group. I usually tell my client that whenever you want to engage in trading, understand, you have a good volume, trade within a reasonable lot size. Yes. But at the same time, the fact that you entered a buy, or somebody tells you that, or our group of analysts tells you that this instrument will sell, and you are seeing a temporal buy, that does not mean that you should start panicking. Look at the market, it's on a downtrend. So you are seeing a temporal buy. I've got a client who entered the trade and it was native of 2,000 naira, and I told him, sir, this market to sell, but you might see a short buy, but because if you're a daily trader, relax, have a good volume. So he's selling. I mean, he's buying temporary does not mean that it will not end up selling. So I don't want you to. I just want you to grow. Maybe you're a newbie when it comes to trading, but I know with time you grow. Thank you very much. Somebody is saying USD is on an overall set, so Mr. Mayowa is correct. I have good traders that we have trained over time. So Mr. Charles John, relax, take it chill pill. You're on the right path. It's nice having you all on this class. Thank you very much. We are going to be doing this tomorrow. Endeavor to join this class by 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. It's necessary to join early so we don't have to go over things again and again. Have a beautiful trading day. Remember that there is a news by 3 p.m. today. You can take advantage of it. Thank you very much, Mr. Nathaniel. It's nice having you guys on board. Have a beautiful trading day. Thank you all.